What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talking Halos. I'm your host today, Jared Timms, and I'm joined alongside my co-host, my partner in crime, Nate Green. Nate, how you doing?
Doing good, Jared. How about you, buddy?
Wow, wow, look at you. I thought I was gonna get it right off the bat. No negative, no nothing. You're
Yeah,
just good.
yeah, we're good right now.
It's good. It's good.
Yes, why be
Right.
negative right now? It's too early. When you piss me off with a question, then I'll get negative.
I don't have. I honestly like. I don't want to go over the Mets series. I really don't. Like. I mean, you really want to. I mean, unless you have something you want to talk about. Do you have something you want to talk about the Mets series
I
after they got
mean,
swept?
it was a sloppy series. They didn't play well. They didn't deserve to win. Like they had chance to win multiple games. They lost all of them. All I will say about the Mets series is playoff teams don't lose, don't get swept in this kind of series when you have the lead two times. So like, let's just put the nail in the coffin and move on.
Yeah, and I don't think this team is a playoff team at the moment. A lot of injuries, a lot of question marks across the board. Good again, good to see them playing well in the first half, but you got to play better against these types of playoff teams like the Mets. I know they played well against the Phillies, and it was kind of promising in a sense. But yeah, you go into New York and get swept like that. That's kind of rough. Very sloppy series for sure. Definitely had their opportunities. Felt like there was a chance that they could have definitely swept them. It felt like that definitely opportunities down the stretch. Now, whatever you want to call it, mismanagement, players not playing very well, the bullpen not being clutch, not a lot of clutch hitting it. It is what it is, a sweep, and that's unfortunate. Again, I don't really want to talk about this. I have two questions though, stemming from this series that I would love to talk about with you. Number one, since it happened today, would be the Luis Renifo issue. Not really issue from Luis Renifo, but the strikeout on 8 balls, 7 balls. The strikeout on 7 balls and the ABS system. Man, that was absolutely brutal. It came in a very
Clutch moment. Could have
cl
loaded the bases.
clutch situation. Yeah, could have loaded the bases with I think one out at the
Two
time. You
outs.
just get was it 2 outs, but
Yeah, because he
and,
struck out to end the inning.
and then yeah, oh yeah, because Montgomery came out and got tossed, and then Tim Laker gets tossed the inning after that. Trout, which we'll talk about here in a second, had the opportunity to come up clutch, didn't do that, unfortunately. In the inning before, had the runners on, had the tying, he was a tying run, just grounds out to second base. But back to the ABS stuff. How do we feel about that? Is that something that you want? Because I know
I'm
everybody has their own opinion on it, you know?
I'm still fine with the challenge system. I've been okay with the challenge system for the last couple of years. I don't want to go full ABS where it's, there's no realness in the game. I think that unfortunately, like people are going to remember this and be like, "Oh man, like the Angels lost because this one call of the whole game." And it's like, sure. But maybe if we didn't give up 5 runs, we wouldn't have been in this hole. Like there are other things to point to, and it's like, yes, we are this call ruined the game for the Angels, but like there were way more than just this one call. So I think the game is better if it's a challenge system like they had in the All-Star game, like they have in the minor leagues. I don't want it to be full ABS where the umpires make no calls.
I agree with that. That's as much as I'm going to say about that because I do agree with that. I don't think that we need full ABS. I think you need the human error. You need the human element in this. So yes. With that being said, I hated how the umpire handled that situation. Absolutely brutal. Because that no that means the way the umpire handled it, and you know this as a coach, the way he handled it was he thought he knew he was 100% right. Especially with what he was saying to both Ray Montgomery because it was hot mic'd 100%. Like I'm sure John Boy will have it in a little while. It was hot mic'd. You heard what he said to Ray Montgomery. He's pointing, get back to the dugout, get back to the dugout. And then same thing with Tim Laker on that side of stuff. That's the one thing that pisses me off as a coach is like when an umpire thinks that he knows he's 100% right, doesn't even want to talk to you. Um, Makes me feel a little bit more like he knows he missed those calls and it like he pointed to the dugout like you're in that angle, you can't see that. I can see it because I'm sitting right here and you absolutely just screwed up 3 straight calls like that. Not straight, but 3 calls in that inning like that. And it was definitely brutal, definitely hurts in the moment. I'll say again, the umpire, the way he reacted definitely hurt for me. And that entire umpiring crew, because I think I saw Laz Diaz is the crew chief there, and he is
Diaz.
one of the worst umpires in baseball when it comes to a statistical perspective. I think he was the second worst umpire in baseball from a statistical standpoint. I will also say this. I think that a lot is made with that little box on TV as well.
It's not the same box.
No, it's rough, and I'm not giving the umpires.
I hate the box on TV. It's a big pet peeve of mine.
I do too, especially when you get a bunch of different, like, well, this is what it says on MLB, and this is what it says on the TV, and this is what it says on the replay. I love the way the College World Series handled it. I don't think there was a box, and it was so much more enjoyable to watch the College World Series. And I think a lot of people were saying that because it adds an element of like, oh, you can almost be the umpire yourself in a sense when you don't have that box. When the box is there, it's like, well, you missed that one, and it's an inch outside, and it's like, okay, well, if you were sitting behind the plate looking at it at 100 miles an hour, are you gonna call that a ball or a strike? So again,
Well,
not to
the thing that's frustrating too about it is what you said is like you watch it on TV, you go, oh man, they missed that call. It's a strike. And then you go on to MLB at bat and you're like, oh no, he got the call right. It's a ball. And it's like how do you have two different? I think the one on MLB at bat's a little bit better than the one on TV. Personally, I think it adjusts to the hitter a little bit more, but that's just me. I understand what you're talking about with the umpire, where like he had. I will say he did let Rengifo kind of give it to him a little bit. He didn't throw Rengifo out. He kind of let him say like, "Man, that's BS," whatever he said. I don't know what he said, but like he did kind of do that. Honestly, I think if you're Montgomery, you're trying to get kicked out there. Like there's no reason for you to stay in the game at that point. Like you are trying to get kicked out. So honestly, like that doesn't even piss me off. The, so I understand what you're saying. Like it did look like, but the one that I'm not going to be on your side on is the Laker Tim Laker one. It's like, okay,
you're
it
just
what?
finding something to complain about now. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
you are. You are.
No, I'm not. But like it's a completely different pitch that he's complaining about, and he's saying like, "Oh, it's 100, like that's a strike. Like those two Rengifo were a strike." It's like, guys, you didn't need to do that. Like,
Well, the Tim Laker ejection came after a pitch that was 8 feet outside, and I think that he yelled out at it like, "Oh, is that a strike too?"
I
Trying
I
to,
think it
you
was
know.
on an inside pitch he got kicked at.
No, it was on the pitch way up, and it was
Oh,
up and away.
because I saw him yell on the pitch inside, and it was like this is a completely different
I
pitch.
think he started there, and then the next pitch he was out.
Yeah, and then he
He
missed him.
kept
It's like,
going.
okay, like there's literally no reason to be barking about that. Like you already got your money's worth with Montgomery. Like you have no reason to be running your mouth here. Like it literally was just like unnecessary. Like I think from a guy who's played and been a part of teams and seen guys get kicked out, and sometimes it fires up the team, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the situation. But like when one guy goes and then the next inning somebody else is going, it's like it kind of defeats the purpose of Montgomery getting kicked, honestly, because like when Laker gets kicked on a call that is not a strike, and he's saying like, "Oh, that's got to be a strike," and like the rest of the bench is sitting there going like, "Coach, like we know that's not a strike. Like chill out." And then he gets kicked out, and it just kind of kills the whole momentum of like, "Hey, Monty has our backs. He went in and fought for us. Like, yes, Rengifo got screwed. Like, let's go figure out a way to win this game for Monty. Like, he stuck up for us. Let's stick up for him, type of thing." But then for Laker to get kicked out, like the next inning on a pitch that's not close, it's like you're just killing everything that Montgomery just worked for. Even though Montgomery, I will say, I'm not a huge fan of Montgomery. I think Montgomery has been awful as a manager. But like in this case, like at least he sticks up for his guys. So that's one thing. That's one plus for Montgomery that he does. So that's just my take. I know you're not a huge fan of what I'm saying, but that's how I feel.
I think you're finding things to pick on, but that's just me. I get
Just like
I get what you're saying. I do. I've been there before. It's like, coach, shut up. Um,
it's not even close. Like
yeah, I get
it's
it.
not even the same pitch that he struck out on. Like if it was like the same exact pitch and he didn't call it, like then I could understand Laker being like, "Come on, you already gave him that one. You're not going to give us that one." And it's like, "Coach, that pitch was, 3 balls off the plate. Like what are we complaining about for?" Like I get you're trying to make a point, but if you want to make a point, make it with Montgomery. Don't make it, 8 pitches later or whatever it was.
Yeah, Tim Laker also probably going to get fined and suspended as well because I think he flipped off the camera. So, um,
Huge.
that it was an accident. He went like this and then like tried to go like this, and middle finger came up for sure. So there's definitely some pictures going on out there. Um, with that. So, next question, next order of business that I want to bring up is that the media did ask Mike Trout about hitting in high leverage situations. Going into yesterday, he was 6 for 50. I think now he's 6 for 52 this season. However, when you look at his runners in scoring position and two outs with runners in scoring position, he's slashing 347, 515, 514, with a 550 slugging percentage, 165 WRC plus. And then with two outs runners in scoring position, he is batting 588, 759, and 882 with a 370 SOC OPS plus. Also in those high leverage situations, he has a 450 on base percentage. I get what people are saying. Well, when it comes to the high leverage situations, being late in games and he's not all that good, because that's totally understandable. But also to say he's not clutch, I don't know if that's necessarily fair. Definitely want to bring this up to our attention. What do we consider clutch? Is going to be my first question because is it the high leverage situations or is it with runners on base in any situation?
Yeah, and then the other question I would bring up too is where are you getting your data from? Because everyone has a different
High leverage.
definition of clutch,
Correct.
correct? Like you look on Fangraphs will tell you if it's
I
I think
think
it's like seventh through the ninth in a game that's
run game.
there's like certain runs, all the stuff, and it's like, and then I think Baseball Reference has a different definition of clutch where
I'll say regardless. I looked at both regardless. I think WRC plus wise on Fangraphs he was like a 36 on the
mhm,
season, and then OPS plus wise he was like a 20 or something like that. So
okay.
regardless, not good in
Not
high
saying,
leverage
yeah,
situations,
I'm
but
not saying that but I'm also asking, like, you said he's 6 for 52. Like,
yeah.
what is the definition of close and late or, tight games? Like, because technically the first pitch, his first at bat could be the most clutch AB of the entire game. He could come up with second and third, no outs, and get a single, score 2 runs, and the Angels win the game 2-0, and that's the most important AB of the entire game. And he strikes out with bases loaded and 2 outs in the eighth inning, and it's a 2-0 game, which technically is considered close and clutch. And he goes 0 for 1, and we're sitting here going, man, he sucks in close in games where it's like clutch, and it's like, okay, is he not the reason that we won the game because he got the hit early? Like, so those are the things that I would push back when it comes to sitting here and basing it all on all these random numbers because nobody has one set definition of, what is clutch. When it comes to Mike Trout, I think it is very hard to talk about Mike Trout offensively um, because he's in the like a really really bad lineup. Like right now, sure, like I'd rather face like the way Taylor Ward is hitting right now, like yeah, it'd be tough to walk Mike Trout to get to Taylor Ward, but I'm still not throwing Mike Trout a good pitch to hit. Like I am going to live off the edges, like throw pitches, down. I'm not going to give him a 2-0 cookie to hit out of the yard. Like I'm going to give him a 2-0 competitive pitch off the dish or, a 2-0 pitch that's going to be a borderline strike because everyone on the planet knows like the guy behind him is not as good as him. Like I know you're gonna hate this, but like he's not in the Dodgers lineup where it's like all star, all star, all star, all star, all star. Like like the lineup that we're running out there isn't even good. Like yeah, Taylor Ward's been very good lately, and that helps Trout with some of the pitches he sees. But like let's not get carried away here. Taylor Ward's still hitting about 230 on the year, so that's not exactly someone that you really have to fear every single day when a guy's hitting 230. Like if he's hit 290, 300, it's like, okay, like, yeah, he's a beast. Or if he has an MVP candidate behind him or a guy where it's like, this is a serious all-star. Um,
Can I push back and say this is probably the most support he's had around him in his career? Is that
no,
you don't
false, false.
win.
Pujols in when his first year here.
Okay, let me retract a statement here. In the last 10 years. That's
Last 10
let's
years.
say last 10 years then. That
Not the way that you talk about Anthony Rendon.
um
Not the way that you talk about Anthony
Well,
Rendon.
I mean, you look at it,
When
you have
they
Sean, you
signed
have
Anthony Rendon in 2020, you said Anthony Rendon's a top 15 player in the game. He was hitting behind Mike Trout. I would say that is
who's
also
who was hitting in front? Who was hitting in front of him? David Fletcher? Was that the David Fletcher? That's what
it,
that's what I'm
it,
saying. Around him though, like you have Zach Neto around him who has a
I know,
120,
but nobody
115.
cares who's sitting in front of you, right? Like the guy's hitting in front of you, who cares? Like I'm not going to walk a guy because the guy hitting in front of you is good. I'm going to walk you because the guy hitting behind you is good. Like there's already runners on base, right? Like that's what people are upset about is like it's late, it's clutch, and there's guys on base. So I'm not going to give you a good pitch to hit because the guy on deck is a better, is equally as good of a hitter as you or almost as good of a hitter as you type of thing, right? Like it's the same thing with like Aaron Judge. Everyone's going, "Oh, Soto misses Judge." Like he does because early on, Pete Alonso was playing the Aaron Judge role for Soto. Now he's not hitting as good, and it's like, okay, like I would much rather face Juan Soto, or I would much rather face Pete Alonso lately than I would face Juan Soto, just, depending on how things are going. But again, those guys are like for sure all-stars that I'm naming around Aaron Judge and Juan
Well,
Soto,
well, no, I'm
right?
saying the
There's
I'm saying the
nobody like
Angels.
that
I'm
on the
not.
Angels.
I'm saying the Angels though. That's the thing. Like this is the most protection that he's had. I mean, and you look at it, it goes beyond Taylor Ward too. It's like you have Ward, you have Adele. I know Solaire's an 85 WRC plus, but you still don't want to leave a pitch over the plate to Solaire. Logan O'Hoppe when he's in the lineup, like still
I know,
leads
but like
leads all catchers and home. Like I get it, I do,
he
but
does not lead all catchers in home runs. He leads all catchers in nothing.
he's second in catchers and home.
Cal Raleigh is still a Major League Baseball player.
Yeah,
Okay.
second. I'll give you second. Second. He's second. I forgot about that. The guy who's
Cal
probably
Raleigh
playing
is
MVP.
on another planet right now.
Yeah.
But like, like if am I gonna face Mike Trout, who all of his numbers like because everyone looks at the numbers, right? All of his numbers say that he's having a really good year. I know people are gonna look at me and go, "He's hitting 237, Nate. Like, what are you talking about?" Go look at his baseball savant numbers. It's all red, all red. He's had the most unlucky season of anyone in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I think he was
Um,
sporting what a 370 or 270 expected batting average.
I think at one point it was like 290.
Yeah.
Like he was hitting like 60 points lower than what it's expected. Again, like that doesn't go into clutch too. Like how many times has he hit a ball 110 miles an hour and the center fielder goes and makes a diving catch or someone goes and robs a home run? It's like, he's 0 for 1. According to the stats, he's 0 for 1. He sucks. He can't get it done. So I think that it's very hard to pinpoint one thing and just be like, oh, he hasn't got it done in this one exact moment when we can't even define what that one exact moment is because everyone has a different definition of that. At the end of the day, it comes down to um, are you winning or are you losing? And when you're losing, you got to point fingers at somebody. And when people are going to sit here and go, "Oh, he makes a lot of money. We expect him to be really, really good." Um, and again, it's kind of the same thing that I talked about with Rengifo, right? Like everyone's going to sit there and remember, "Oh man, like that's the moment we lost the game because Rengifo struck out on 7 pitches that weren't strikes, and like that stupid umpire." It's like, yeah, but our starter, or I guess our third guy in gave up 5 runs in his first 2 innings of work, and we're down 6-1 before we even really know what hit us. So um, it's a team game. It takes everyone, and right now I think the Angels are just scuffling and looking for someone to blame. And I don't know, the guy's still got an 826 OPS. He's still the best hitter on the Angels, and it's just not. I don't know. It's trying to create a story where there is no story, honestly.
Nah, I get what you're saying. 450 on base percentage as well in those high leverage situations. So gets on base for sure.
That's that would point to the am I going to throw him strikes when the guy behind him is hitting
Yeah.
check that 232? Eh, probably not. That means 8 out of 10 times I'm getting the guy behind him out. Like, yeah, I'm going to go get that guy behind him. He might hit a double, he might hit a homer. Yes, he has the extra base juice, things like that, but 8 out of 10 times I'll take my chances getting him out rather than getting, you know, probably the best player in the last 15 years, the last 10 years, best player in the game out. Like I'm gonna take my chances on the guy who gets out 8 out of 10 times.
I'll give you that one. So let's get on to previewing this big. It's crucial. I'll say it's a humongous series.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's a humongous series, Nate.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, humongous series against the Seattle Mariners. Nate, you can go ahead and just LLLLL. I already know you're gonna do that. So,
No, they're
uh,
gonna win game one, and they're gonna get people excited and be like, "Oh man, the Angels, there's still a chance." And I tweeted this out a couple days ago. I know there are a lot of people. Some people were agreeing with me, some people disagreed with me, but like it it is what it is. Look at where you're at. You have to chase down six teams right now. You are behind six teams for that final wild card spot. You're gonna have to jump six teams. I know people are gonna say, hey, it's only a half game or it's only a game behind this team. Like it is very hard to chase down six teams, especially when the later you get in the season, the more likely those teams are to play each other, and you're not going to gain ground on most of those teams. I think this. You and I said it last podcast. They had to win how many games to be buyers
I don't
or
think
to
they.
not be sellers?
I don't think they. If they came out here and swept, then I think we're. I don't know.
You and I said that if they
Eight,
lost three
seven.
games
Yeah.
in these next three series, they're fine. They can go by. If you lose more than three games, it's over with. It's done. They lost three games to the Mets. They lost one to the Phillies. They are at four. They are four games under 500. Stop with the oh, there's still a chance of buying. This team needs to sell. You said it when we started the show. This is not a playoff team. You gave them the benefit of the doubt that there are injuries, which there aren't. Um, this team's just not good enough. And I'm not sitting here saying that they can't be good next year, but like let's go let's go make a couple moves and try and get this team ready for next year rather than standing pat and missing out on opportunities to get someone for a Kenley Jansen, to get someone for a Taylor Ward, to get someone for a Luis Rengifo or Yohan Moncada, whatever you want to do. But like, let's cash in while we can, because in August, when we are 9, 10 games out of this thing, we're gonna be going, man, we should have traded those guys. Or if you buy and they do what the Angels did in 23, which is what I'm afraid of, you're going to be looking back on, man, we just really ruined our chances in 26 because we gave up probably Dana and probably Clausen to get the pieces we need to go get to the playoffs, which I don't think there's those pieces out there. Like the Angels need way too much help to go get there. But I think they lose 3 out of 4. They win game one.
Crucial series against the Mariners. We'll go over it right now. We'll preview it. Thank you for that off-topic rant that you just went on. I appreciate it.
Off topic, it's on topic.
Logan Evans against Yusei Kikuchi. I get the dub there. I give the Angels a win there for sure. Um, game two, Brian Wu against Jose Soriano. Good pitching matchup. That's a fun one. Um,
We'll see which Soriano shows up.
you're going LLL. I already know that.
Wu's good.
Who has been Wu? He's been very very good, very very good. That's a tough one. That comes down to the bullpen for me. Ooh man, I'm gonna give it a loss though, unfortunately, because Brian Wu. Though you say Kikuchi's been good, man. I don't know. It's tough. That's tough.
It's Soriano.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I had Kikuchi stuck in my head because I was looking at game one. Nah, that's still tough for me. I'll say it's a loss because of the bullpen for sure. Game three, a lot of fun. Again, George Kirby against Tyler Anderson. I know he's one of your favorite pitchers in all of baseball. What do you think?
Yes.
Another loss?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, George Kirby has pitched really well against the Angels in his career. No matter how bad he's been this year, he still finds a way to pitch well against the Angels. So Mariners win again.
Yeah, Angels actually hit decently well against Kirby. I'll say that. This is one of those games.
Not last time out.
No, no, didn't he give it five last time out, or did
No,
he?
no, he
No.
went 7 and gave up 2.
Okay.
And that was after like 4 straight outings of not being able to get out of the third inning.
Yeah, that's fair. I do remember that now. So I'll also there's an L there on that one for sure, as well. So there's two of three. Game four, the Sunday series. Logan Gilbert against Kyle Hendricks.
Well,
You gonna go with Kyle Hendricks here or
you
against Kyle
you
Hendricks?
have to go Mariners based on your rule. Even though I think you picked Hendricks in his last start and he won,
He did win.
um, because he actually hasn't been he's been bad, but uh, he hasn't been as bad as Tyler Anderson based on what he's done this year. Yeah, no, the Mariners still win. Logan Gilbert, He's a tough guy. Um, Mariners play the Angels very poorly, so I wouldn't be shocked if the Angels went out and won 3 out of 4. But like I don't know, you get
I,
swept by the Mets and you go home. This is a tough series.
I was gonna say I'm switching by the way. I'm gonna say the Angels beat George Kirby. Just because I don't want to do the same thing as you. That's not fun. For this. Like, I mean, there's
Well,
for the game.
you
It's
I
not fun for the
love
game.
I love how you call me out like, man, you're so negative. You're gonna have them lose at least three out of
Well,
four,
no,
maybe even get swept, and then you go out there and you're gonna say the exact same
I,
thing
w-
as me.
I was. Well, just because I don't like the Mariners pitching matchup when they strike out a lot of guys, I feel like, and the Angels strike out a lot. So I just that's my thought process behind it. But I don't know. Like I'm a huge fan of the Mariners rotation. I know Joey is as well. I know you're not. Uh,
It's a very overrated pitching rotation, but it's better than what we're running out there. So
it's a good pitching rotation, man. It's not overrated by any means.
it's not.
I'm gonna say they split. I'm gonna say win loss win loss. You go win loss loss loss. Go ahead and play along with us if you want to as well. Keep your own score. But you got any final thoughts before we let everybody go? Don't even come out with any. No, no, I don't want to hear. No,
Seattle. I
nope.
think last time we played Seattle was right after the wedding, and I think the Angels beat Seattle 2 out of 3, and the starting rotation didn't do well. Um, I don't know. I think that starting rotation has been that good this year, but whatever.
Yep.
The bullpen has been lights out for them though. Lights out. Munoz has been one of the best relievers in baseball.
Yeah.
So
Well, when the Angels played Mariners last time, the bullpen was not very good for the Mariners. They were coming off like a really rough stretch.
eh,
Uh, so
well, they didn't have Matt Brash at that time either, and they
yeah,
got Brash back. So
yeah. So
um,
any final thoughts for let everybody go?
sell, sell, sell.
Oh man,
Everything must go. Fire sale.
I think they should buy.
I know you
Just
do.
they should just buy Jose Suarez. Go find out where he's at and bring him back. Angels need some pitching
Do you
depth.
technically have to buy him? I think you could just get him for free. I think the Braves would give him away.
Some Braves, he's in Double A for the Braves still. Dang, I thought he got let go.
No, no, they DFA'd him and nobody picked him up. But I was told he's good. He'll get picked up. Trust the process.
All right. Well, all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, listening here at Talking Halos. You can go ahead and follow us on all our social medias, X, Instagram, and Facebook. You can follow myself on X at Jared_Tim's Nate at Nate Green 34. Guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a great rest of your day.